Good evening to our wonderful viewers. Welcome to episode 2 of The Kids Table. Yes, we're back. They've had us around again after our massive success the first time. I'm your host, Jack, here with the junior wing of the 6++ team, here to talk about our experience in competitive Warhammer. This week, we plan to talk about sort of our experience with Pariah Nexus, first forays into the new data slate, new missions, new rules, and how we found them for our first couple games. Uh, I'm joined this week by Harley. How are you doing, Harley?
Good.
And anything new with 40k? Any new armies?
New faction, Blood Angels.
Ooh, I feel like
Different.
A man
quite
after my own heart.
a Blood Angels focused team. I feel like we are here.
We are going that way. Yeah, they're fun. They're very fun to run Death Company at people.
Nice. And then I've got Connor, who's joining us for the first time. How are you doing, Connor?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I've just been going back to Blood Angels myself. I did have a slight foray with CSM, but GW decided to crush my heart and nerf them again. So here we are with Blood Angels.
I can relate. am also not enjoying CSM. Well, I am enjoying CSM, but trying new things. And finally, we have Joe. How are you doing?
I am absolutely boiling. I'm not coping with the weather very well. I am attempting to cool myself down as best I can, but limited effectiveness.
And so what are you doing hobby-wise, guys? What are you up to, Joe? Hobby?
I am in the process of building a Soulforged Warpack army. Gave them a go at Warhammer World the other week before the data slate dropped, and they are good fun. It's an army archetype that just wants to kill itself. I have a Venom Crawler on my desk at the moment. It's a wild ride. It's very much a casino army, and I'm here for it.
Okay.
Is that the one with the bad dark packs that blow you up?
Yeah, so each time you pact, you can choose to invoke your contract. If you do, when you shoot, you get +1 to wound. When you do melee, you get +2 attacks. But the kicker is you take a -1 to your leadership test. So you're looking for 7s to succeed rather than 6s.
That's what I lost to last week in an event.
And that extra 1 on the leadership test is enough to like actually make you fail them quite consistently.
It's such a big difference, especially when you can't get rerolls on the vehicles as well.
So the Soulforged Warpack has an enhancement that gives you full rerolls. But if you take any mortal wounds as a result of your contract or your pact, you take an additional 1, so it's D3 + 1. A particular highlight from from Warhammer World the other week was the Avatar of Cain overwatching my Demon Vindicator and doing a flat 8 wounds to it because he had a fate dice for the damage. And in response, to show it who's boss, my Vindicator killed itself with its pact. I failed the test, and I said, right, I need anything. I need a 1 or a 2, and I'll live on 1 wound. Rolls a 3, and it just blows itself up.
Can you choose not to invoke the contract, or do you always have to?
You can choose to not invoke the contract. It's a may, not must.
Okay.
But my
Where's the fun in that?
Weekend was pact, contract or no balls.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
It's the only real way to play the army.
Yeah, I think Soulforged did look really good. I think even with the changes to Vindicators and the little Forge Fiends didn't get any more expensive, but Vindicators and Venom Crawlers did. I think it's probably still quite good. That's probably only 50, 80 points if you switch Legionnaires out for something else.
My list that I was running, if I turned my Warp Talons into a squad of 5, it would be 2,000 points on the nose. That's probably not the change I make because 5 Warp Talons by themselves aren't all that. But it's a good indicator that there's not much trimming that I actually have to do to get it to work.
Yeah, you could drop both Warp Talons and run, change the add some Chosen in. They're still really, really good. Chosen to kill things.
Maybe even just more Legionaries. I mean, Battle Line's looking good in Pariah Nexus, and they're just cheap damage.
Legionaries are very good. They have a special place in my heart.
I own 55, so I know how you feel.
I was literally about to say, doesn't every Chaos Space Marine player own like 50 of them?
You
No,
find
actually,
that
I
you,
only have 20.
They
you
come
find
in
that you
every
buy,
box set.
and then you're like, oh, I need some more Legionaries, and you just end up with like more than you need.
It's
My issue
the
with
other battle line.
Legionaries. My issue with Legionaries is 10 of them have bolt guns and other ranged weapons, and 10 of them have chainswords and like a melter gun. So it's the least optimal loadout you could ever hope for.
It
the
sounds like you need
worst.
more. Another
Yeah.
20.
It sounds like I need another 20.
So, have you guys played much with the new missions? I know we were talking about it a bit before. I've had a couple games. Did you find Battle Line came up much?
In my game, didn't come up too much, as I've only played one. But I think is it only mainly to do with the secret missions where the battle line is more influential?
No, it's the mission rules that have
Like
all the
raised
battle
banners
line
and them
effects.
one. Like,
Ah, okay. So I've only played Terraform so far, which was the just do the action and you score points. So it hasn't come up too much, but I assume when I play it more, it probably will.
Yeah, so I played a game last night. First game using Drakari. It was Taken Hold, which is same as before. Crucible of Battle, same as before because you rolled randomly. And then it was the secret mission. The special rule was Battle Line can advance, fall back in action, which was like, obviously reading it was like, oh, it's fine because everything moves. My Cabalites move 8 inches, Disembark they move 11. But actually, it was like, well, if I roll a 5 or 6, they can jump really far, grab an objective to cleanse
Cabalites are cheap
or
as well.
sabotage. Yeah, when you split the squad 55 points, they're fantastic. I want more of them. I mean, I've got 40 or something, so I'm in a good spot already.
I think with the mission rules, it's going to come down to like your local meta, because UKTC, we know what the mission rules we're going to be playing on are, so you can build a list around that. So going into it, if you know that none of the mission rules that use battle line are going to be in play, why would you bother putting more battle line in your army?
yeah, I don't think from what I played, it hasn't affected too much. Like, I've only got one battle line unit in my Blood Angels list, and I haven't felt it's like stopped much or gained me much with it. So
I think there's an argument to be made rather than battle line, but for putting more Canis Rexes into lists. As we all know, Canis Rex is one of the best models, well, best units in the Custodes Codex, right? Now that he can action and still shoot. Yeah, see? Harley knows what's going on.
No, I just need a Custodes army, and you'll be set, Harley.
anyone want to borrow him? He's getting borrowed this
borrow him.
weekend. I'm lending him out to a Grey Knights player, so all factions he gets used in.
Is the Grey Knights player running 5 Nemesis Dread Knights alongside him?
Four.
Oh,
Those are rookie numbers.
pathetic.
Gotta pump them
Rookie
up.
numbers. Yeah, he needs more than 4.
I'd be embarrassed if I came across that in a tournament.
He's using Canis Rex, 4 Dread Knights, 15 Purgation Marines with Flamers.
Oh, they're the
I
indirect
hate that
flamers.
so
So
much.
they ignore the new indirect rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, I can't hit on a 1, 2, or a 3. What am I going to do?
I don't need to hit. Yeah, so he's using 15 Flamers and then like just some strikes and then Canis and 4 Dreads. So,
Nice.
solid. That's for an event the weekend.
Not nice.
That
No,
sounds
not
like
nice.
Custodes' worst nightmare. AP2 ignores cover and 3 damage on 4.
And then Canis Rex with 4 damage.
Oh.
Oh god.
Not fun.
I do love Canis Rex.
How many
Then-
points is he? Like 450 or something?
435. He's so
I mean,
stupid.
he doesn't sound like he's a stomper though. So
He's better.
He's better.
Does he do
He does-
10 damage in it for melee though?
No, he's
That's
flat
the real
9.
question.
He's flat 9, strength
Not flat
20.
10, is it?
But he gets exploding 5s in combat.
okay, that sounds better than a stomper.
And he hits on 2s.
Well, he gets exploding 5s all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And his gun has sustain built in.
all his profiles have sustained. His combat, his shoot, everything. So if you
That's
do his
guy.
sweep is strength 10, AP 2, damage 3, 10 attacks, sustained on 5s, hitting on 2s.
Why does Mortarion not hit like that?
Because
Why is
Mortarion
Mortarion like 5
Yeah.
attacks?
Mortarion's
Damage
got little
4.
nuke arms.
He does. He's pathetic. Mine's not even built. Mine's half assembled. Because
Didn't he have like a 21 attack sweep in 9th at like damage 2 or something?
Oh,
It was
Mortarion
damage
in
1,
ninth
but
was
yeah.
horrid.
He was so fun. I used him all the time, and then I sold my Death Guard after 7 months. So have any of you guys played with the new secret missions? Or any of you drawn them or been behind on primary and managed to get into a position to use one?
Not that brave.
Not yet, no.
I
Okay.
have aspirations to use a secret mission. I think they've got much more play than secret missions of old, whatever they were called.
Gambits.
You can tell I never used them because I don't even know what they were called.
I never used the Gambit in 10th.
I never used one.
I think, ironically, they'd be quite good for... I say ironically. I think they'd be quite good for Soulforge, because my experience was it didn't score particularly well. It's quite high attrition. You just want to punch your opponent / shoot them to death. So there's an argument to be made for like Shatter Cohesion, or like Command Insertion, that kind of thing. Maybe
You're saying the names of them. I don't know them. I know what they do. I know their skill or your opponent's
Shatter
battle line.
Cohesion is table your opponent or make sure they're not on like objectives, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the battle shocked, below half strength, dead or not on an objective.
War of
That's
Attrition
pretty doable.
is no battle line on the battlefield, and every battle line that your opponent has is in their deployment zone.
So
you have to have one or more battle line units in your opponent's deployment zone as well.
Okay, so I would say that that's probably an argument for running at least one unit. Obviously, an argument for running one unit battle line. Just screen your home objective turns to turn 4, and then turn 5 they run into a corner and hide out your DZ.
Yep.
Because if your opponent does fall behind because they're a killy army, they just get 20. Like they just do. It's pretty hard to stop them getting that.
Grey Knights would be a nightmare with that.
Grey Knights, I think, just automatically. Command Insertion is the one I think they're good at. Your Warlord is within range of one or more objective markers from your opponent's deployment zone that you control.
Drago!
Drago!
Oh, God.
Because this is the thing. You put him with 5 Paladins. Turn 1, you start him on the table. Turn 1, you just take him up, and then you just threaten that for the entire game.
You uppy them, shoot from like 23.9 inches away, and then when your opponent gets close, you just disappear. So they never get anywhere close to them. You still get value because they're still shooting or doing actions. And then turn 5, he's got his +3 to charge, and he's like, cool. Deep strike, charge on a 6. He's in.
You could potentially score the table someone one without killing a single model with Tyranids. Save shadows to the warp till last turn.
Oh!
That'll shock the whole army.
Oh, God.
Oh! The problem there is you have to have an army that's still alive.
Yeah, that's a problem. But imagine that, just winning on the primary just by not killing a model.
So the other one is beyond 3 or more objectives in no man's land.
That's not
If you've
bad.
gone second, and you're Tyranids, for example, you just go daisy chain. You've got tons of cheap OC2. You just swarm all the objectives.
Yeah.
I mean, you need your exocrines as well to like clear a bit of space, but definitely doable.
There's a lot of
going
NID
second,
being played at the weekend at Glasshammer.
Yes,
From what I've seen.
double
It's the most
Morlock.
played
Could be in a really
faction.
good spot, I think.
They're all playing double Morlock. It's the deep strike, do a load of mortal wounds, go down, deep strike, do a load of mortal wounds, and just keep doing that every turn.
Thank God for infiltrators.
Yeah. I was looking at cutting infiltrators for my tournament this weekend so I could fit something else in, but then I just thought Tyranids, demons at the moment as well. Demons look good. Like infiltrators stocks are high right now. High. Yeah. Like, you need infiltrators. Like, I was debating on getting a second unit at
Yeah,
one point. I
I've
was
been
like,
looking at putting a second unit in.
You mean Space Marine infiltrators,
Yeah,
not forward deployers?
like,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, forward deployers are still very good as well. Scouts are very good still. But
Yeah.
Sounds like you and I need a Night Tyrant, Jack.
Well, I'm playing my Drakari now. I don't have access to that things. What I do have though
CSM,
is
who are they?
is 23 units in my list after I attach characters. I
That
just
still doesn't stop a 3-inch deep strike.
I can definitely
I
lay
bet
it
you
to
should give it a
stop
go.
it.
I bet you should give it a go.
I remember playing demons with my friends Tyranids a few months ago, back in January, and I had so many units. I was able to layer every step of my deployment zone to stop him 3-inch deep striking. I was able to do that for a couple turns before eventually got angles, killed enough stuff. Because I just had like Biovore, the uppy downy guys, little claw guys, and then gargoyles as well, just layers on layers. It was great.
I don't even think I could be bothered to do that.
Too much time.
I'm there measuring that
Just buy
6.7 inches or something between the two units to make sure nothing, even the 25mm bases, can't fit. It's easy.
Yeah, there's no amount of time in the world I would spend doing that.
Harley
I
just
still lost, so it wasn't worth it.
It's really not worth it
Nice.
if that happens.
Tyranid's
It's
a
easy
weird
though,
army
like,
to play.
You just make sure all your models are less than 6 inches away from each other.
Yeah, or well, less than 7, so they can't get 25mm bases in that 3-inch gap between the two.
Yes.
Yeah, and stopping the big demons is easy. He says, and then obviously next event, big demon's going to teleport into my backfield, and I'm going to cry.
Yep, that sounds about right.
They're brutal.
So, sounds like got a couple Blood Angels players. We're all shifting armies going into the new data slate. How we feeling about that?
Blood Angels look good. They didn't get touched, which was really surprising. I was going through it. I just started them, and then I was like, oh no, here comes the slate. Right, they're nerfed. Admech. And then I went through the slate. Red Admech. I was like, yeah, 100% Admech. Blood Angels will get nerfed. Blood Angels, nothing. Oh, guess it's Blood Angels then. Like, they just did not get changed one bit. Like,
yeah, my thoughts were pretty similar. I looked at CSM first. I was like, all right, let's see the damage. Saw all the points changes for. Like, it's manageable, but it's gonna hurt. And I looked at Blood Angels because I'd played them before I'd switched to CSM when the new book came out, and I just saw no changes. And I was like, I don't even have to change my list. This is great.
0 points rise at all. Nothing on Lamarties.
Absolutely nothing changed. They had points increases before where Death Company and Lamarties went up, but it was like 20 or 10 points. It was manageable.
Okay.
But there's been no changes since, and they've always been in like quite a good spot with the.
I mean, they may have got better just because of the free strat on the captain can be used on anything now. So potentially they got better.
One CP fight on death is really good,
and 1 CP heroic, like army wide, is really good.
Yeah, they're in quite a good spot, and some of their natural predators, like I actually hated playing against guard indirect. So things like manticores and basilisks, which were hitting on 2s with rerolls and whatnot, and extra AP. It was
lethal
horrible.
hits, yeah.
Lethal hit. But now that's all gone. It's great. And there'll still be things like Earthshakers out in the meta, but they hit on 4s, not on 2s. It's manageable.
You just run at people really fast and punch them.
Yeah.
And it's quite fun.
Speaking of the stratagem changes, how are you guys feeling about Calidus Assassins?
That is another reason why I've put more captains in my list.
Stonks are up on Archons. I have 4 of them.
Yeah, anything that can reduce the CP cost if you are a combat army or have combat units is quite important, because you can't be dealing with 3 CP interrupts or 2 CP armor of contempt or 3 CP fight and death. You need a way to counteract it, because otherwise it eliminates your counter to someone who's got Vect and pushes into you.
I think the thing about the Calidus that's got me actually interested in it is the fact that you can just put it wherever you want.
Yeah.
Like
11.9 away from something important.
like obviously Archons are horrible because they can hide in a squad in a transport, but at least you know where they are.
Yeah.
Like a Callous Assassin is just in the sky and can just appear, like you say, 11.9 away, and just ruin your counter-offensive plans.
Yeah, if they get close enough, they stop you. If you have a strat that falls backs and shoot, stops that. Stops the fight on death or whatever. Heroic intervention is great. I've seen some of the lists this weekend, like mentioned with Tyrion, is taking the Swarm Lord.
Yeah.
Swarm Lord gains
Swarm
you a
Lord
CP,
Hive
which is
Tyrant combo
big
is
stonks, and then Hive
horrid.
Tyrant discounts your strat, and the Swarm Lord also carries Vect. He's pretty durable, like he's a Demon Prince, kind of. So
I think with the Swarm
T10,
Lord, you
10
just run him
wounds.
into like a center ruin, hide him from
Yeah.
being shot, and he just projects a more than 24-inch aura of +1 strat cost.
Yeah, he's nasty, and he's quite choppy as well. He's just expensive, really expensive.
Yeah.
He does push himself up to T10, I want to say.
T10, S10.
Sorry,
Is...
S10 for being Synapse, with twin linked.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
9 attacks as well.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
Just don't let people shoot him. Easy.
Yeah,
Well-
Nids are going to be another thing that's going to pop up in the meta we'll have to deal with.
Yeah, they already had a lot of stuff. I don't think they got any more expensive, even with the buffs. They just got
No.
more killy.
They did lose their bring back unit like as many times as they
Oh,
would.
the Endless Swarm
Yeah.
build got hurt.
Yeah.
So
I
that
preferred
wasn't,
Invasion Fleet anyway.
I think quite a lot of the lists I've seen are Invasion Fleet or Vanguard Onslaught now.
Yeah, I think Invasion Fleet is by far the best attachment because it's just the most all-rounder.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the lethal hits or the sustain?
Lethal
Yes,
sustained.
Yeah.
Lethal, sustained,
Or
or precision on
precision.
crits. Which, with all those Archons running around, maybe you actually take.
Yeah, true. And Exocrine's got a strength buff. Is it strength 8 to strength 9?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that might hit. That hits the
They
transport
were
break
Dread
points.
Knights on freeze now. No.
Yeah, Dread Knights on 3s, Rhinos and Pulsars on 4s now.
Well, no, the biggest change is the Tyrannofex. D6 plus 6 damage on its gun.
The casino cannon.
It's no longer a casino cannon.
It's because it was 2d6.
2d6.
2d6
Oh,
gone
God.
to D6 plus 6. Which is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
that hits pretty hard.
And you just set Hive Tyrant next to it for free command rerolls, and you go, I'm going to push through lots of damage.
Yeah, Nids have got some nice changes.
Losing double Feel No Pain is obviously not great for Nids. Great for us because none of us play Nids much. But that was like the saving grace of Invasion Fleet was like you go right, first Exocrine gets it, second Exocrine gets it for free, and you're like, cool. You can't kill. You really struggle to kill the big bugs, or even the swarms, because then you can spend another CP to heal them up.
Yeah,
but not being able to free strat that, or not be able to double free strat that is a bit rough. You can actually chop through them really, really fast.
Admech got some nice changes as well. To be fair,
looking horrific right now.
They did get more expensive though.
They are. I've play tested with them. They're good. They're not crazy.
Which is good generally.
Yeah, like they're good, not crazy.
The Louse chickens now, the changes to them.
They're good.
I just like that Cole can now Kool-Aid Man through walls.
He can. Yeah. He can.
Is he good yet?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay.
I don't even know what he does.
I'd seen people taking lists with him before, so the fact he's easier to use.
You can give chickens reroll ones with him. So you just go like, here's 3 units of 2-man's chickens, string them out, and then you've got like a lot of las cannon shots. That's like 12 las cannon shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s with sustained. So that it's decent output. And then your rust stalkers can, if you put them in a transport, They can move. They move 8, get out 3, so that's 11. They can advance, and they can get +2 to advance if they're next to battle line. So say like you could get an 8-inch advance, so that's 19-inch move, and then you can charge with +2 to charge because you can advance and charge. So you can move 19 inches and charge with +2. So they can go so far.
That kind of sounds like cheating.
I played a game. I rolled a 6 on the advance. I was like, I wasn't gonna, because the advance and charge you play in the charge phase.
Hmm.
The best mind.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm probably not going. I want to move this unit up. Right, roll 6. I can move 19 inches.
Oh, Jesus.
Looks like I'm charging this turn. I was like, I
Horrible.
wasn't planning it, but I have to now. Like they move quick.
So one of the big changes is pivots. Well, I think it's big because Drakari boats don't pay to pivot, so they move around ruins really fast. There is a Drakari stratagem to charge after disembarking after it moved, so that 14-inch move suddenly goes really quite far on those Venoms when they pivot for free, moving around all the buildings. Your Archons, which can't advance and charge in this detachment, still move really quick, which is great. And you can disembark them in a position that avoids Overwatch because the vehicle does all the moving, which is nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the pivot change, but I do like that they've increased the points on the Land Raider again, because if that pivot change and they stayed the same points cost, you'd see so many Redeemers everywhere.
They needed to go up anyway, Redeemers. Like that
Redeemers were
thing is
just so good.
stupid.
I was thinking about normal Land Raiders, and I was like, I didn't know they went up. I was very sad for a second because I have one for my CSM, which I'm going to play in September.
As a Custodes player, I'm like, what's a Redeemer?
You don't get such luxuries.
Oh. Which is an absolute crime as far as I'm concerned.
Nah, you don't deserve it. Grey Knights on the other hand, they get it.
I want Chaos Space Marine, not Redeemers, but I'd like one with the the Forge Fiend plasma cannons on the sponsons.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, just no.
Give it, but
and a Forge Fiend cannon on the front as well.
Yeah, instead of the twin heavy bolter,
just
twin Forge Fiend cannons. They all have twin linked.
Yeah.
Twin linked. There we go.
And it's 150 points as well.
The pain Forge Fiends cause
because it has dev wounds. It's balanced.
At the event I played last weekend, 2 weeks ago, I was playing against the +1 to wound, -1 Dark Pact, and he was running Lord of Skulls, triple Forge Fiend, triple Venom Crawler, Mauler Fiend, and then I can't remember what else. And turn 2, I killed the Lord of Skulls, 2 Venom Crawlers, and a Forge Fiend. So I'm like, okay, I'm in a good position. I had to expose all my Death Company to do it, but I was like, okay, only one Forge Fiend can shoot my Death Company. I should be fine.
Oh,
that one Forge Fiend,
a lot of heavy lifting,
killed 10 Death Company.
Yeah, that sounds about
right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
very easy. Yeah,
and I just went
back when full hit and wound rerolls existed as a stratagem for Forge Fiends. I had a Forge Fiend just kill 10 Terminators in a single go. Just all 10 Grey Knight Terminators.
Connor one-shot my Yinkan with a 14, didn't you?
Yes.
That was early 10th edition.
That was early.
Forge Fiend did kill Yinkan.
One of my nice anecdotes from the other weekend is I overwatched some Brockir Thunderkin with a Demon Vindicator. It was a squad of 6 plus the character with the little drones, what are they called? And I killed all but one Brockir and the character on Overwatch with a Vindicator.
God.
Nothing in the world will beat the Avatar Arcane's Overwatch with a Fate dice, though. That Overwatch is just stupid.
Awful.
Sustain D3.
How far? What's his range? Is 12 inches?
12, yeah. But
yeah,
he's
that's
always
not very nice.
Strength 16, AP 4, D6 plus 2 damage, sustain 3.
Yeah, I
just
don't
move
like
anywhere near it, and you go.
Just have an invuln.
You're dead.
It'd be a shame if I had an enhancement that ignored Overwatch, or if I just bought an Orcs army with commandos who can't be overwatched. Although I'm not sure I feel about orcs with their new changes. I'm going to wait and let other people do the play testing.
How do witches do into the avatar, do you reckon?
They do 0 damage. Maybe 1 wound.
No, more than that, surely.
It depends if they're with Lilith or not.
Well, obviously they're with Lilith.
Okay, with Lilith they'll do okay. They're wounding, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s because they have
With
Lance.
full
AP,
hit rolls on full
hit
rerolls on it,
rerolls.
obviously.
So 30 attacks, 28 hits, 5s to wound, so 6 wounds, 3 damage. It's okay.
Yeah.
Till the Avatar Arcane's got the -1 to wound on.
Until the Avatar Arcane is the -1 to wound on,
and
then
then
they do
you
even less.
cry.
Although,
you really
what's
want the
quite
reroll
nice
wounds
is,
from the Archon, don't you?
yeah, but then Incubi go from 2 damage down to 1, which isn't great either.
Yeah, the question, the answer for Jakari to kill him is his Scourge.
Yeah, is how many Dark Lances can I bring, and is it enough? Because my list only had 9, 11 Dark Lances and 4 Haywire. So
That's rookie numbers.
yeah, I know. I did have 2 Heat Lances because I brought some jet bikes, which are great. Again, move 16 inches with fly, 3 pivots,
3 pivots.
Yeah,
assault weapons. Not battle line, which is a shame. But
I was testing Eldar at one point with Scourge, and I was using one unit of Heat Lances because they can, in Eldar, you've got an auto advanced 6 strat, so you can move 20 inches with the Scourge and shoot Heat Lances in the face.
get into Melta 3 range. It's just, do you get Overwatch when you do that? Probably.
20-inch move, you can avoid it. Depends where you go.
Yeah, and the vehicle you're trying to kill doesn't have flavors.
Or you just run an Archon up.
Yeah.
Enjoy paying 2 CP for Overwatch.
I'm going to want to kill Archon so bad.
We'll see. I think Drakari looking quite good. I'm excited.
Can you do it out of a transport?
Do what out of a transport?
The Vex, or do you have to be on?
No, you have to be on the table.
Be on the battlefield.
That makes a difference.
And so it's not been ruled yet, but the Archon's ability previously stated your Warlord Archon is the one that got Vect. That's obviously been overwritten by saying all characters that did have those rules now have Lord Aura of Deceit. So they might say only the Warlord Archon gets Aura of Deceit. We'll see. But until they change it, all 3 of my Archons have Vect as a 12-inch bubble.
Horrible.
Are there any changes you guys have read that you're a bit concerned about? Anything from the data set is like not looking so hot?
I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. Like, most of the stuff looked fair. I like the indirect change.
Indirect change is great.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
With the indirect change.
Anything that makes the guard parking lot less miserable to play against.
Yeah,
Big thumbs up.
I'm just trying to think. It also nerfs D cannons, hitting on 4s
Yeah.
instead of 3s.
Yeah. The Sister's Exorcist got heavy taken away and then immediately lost. Can't hit on 3s anyway, which annoyed me a little bit because they gave it extra AP. So it can go to its AP3 base. A Castigator makes AP4. It's D6 plus 2 shots instead of D6 plus 1, which I think it was before. It's not blast, and it's D6 damage.
There was obviously designing that in the fact it's going to hit on 4s.
It's an indirect Vindicator with better AP. I don't like that. I'm not sure that should be. That's not very fair. It feels like
Hitting on 4s though, swingy.
Yeah, but Vindicator's still good hitting on 4s. I think
Vindicator's just
like the tank commanders. Same thing. They're pretty horrible.
They hit on 3s though, don't they? Because they have the +1 to hit. So
yeah, I don't know if they can target themselves. I don't play guard. I don't like guard anymore. I used to.
I was debating to start guard, but then I chose Blood Angels.
Good choice.
Guard is just too expensive to start. That's the problem.
I've got AdMech. Don't talk to me about price.
To be fair, all the new guard kits are quite nice. I really like the Rogel Dawn.
Yeah,
the Rogel Dawn is a good looking kit.
Yeah.
I did make the mistake of starting a GSC army, so I could excuse myself and buy some guard for that if I do Brood Brothers.
Yeah.
You're living on
5,
custard flavored water then.
yes. Yeah, it's no waste here.
I'm looking at like 4,000 points of AdMeg, just thinking, how much did this cost me?
I shop almost exclusively secondhand to avoid that, but
one of the changes I think I'm most gassed about is the fact that Custodes Forge World stuff had a cost adjustment. So the squad that is 5 Melter Spears is now only 25 points more than a normal guard squad, which suddenly makes it something you'd consider using.
Is that the Venatari?
No, so Venatari went down to 165 points, which as far as I'm concerned makes them an auto-include.
Yeah, Venatari is so cheap.
Because they rapid ingress for free, and you just go, these are going to be a problem for you. The ones I'm on about are the Custodian Guard with Adrosite and Pyrothite Spears. So a squad of 5 for 250 points. They're pretty much identical to Custodian Guard, except their bolt guns are replaced with melt guns, effectively. So 12-inch range, strength 9, AP 4, D6 damage with melter 2. They get the full rerolls to wounds that Custodian Guard already got. So if you're sat in an objective, you've got melter guns with full rerolls to wound. And once became that you get lethal hits and ignores cover. So just sort of like boosts their damage output a bit. But for 25 points more than normal Custodian Guard, and if you run them in Talons, you can reactive move them for free if you want to with a Shield Captain.
Are they
Pretty
battle
tasty.
line?
They're not battle line.
Okay.
If they were, I think they'd be cracked.
If they were, that would be at least 1 or 2 units of them.
Okay. Yes, they can't can't just sit in combat doing actions on the one mission. But like we said earlier, may not even happen given we all play UKTC 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Are Custodes looking any good now? Or
I think Custodes stonks are back up.
From my initial read of it, and I'm not considered Custodes main anymore, but I've dabbled. I think they look a lot better.
The changes to dev wounds are massive.
Yeah.
It makes Talons, the defensive aspect you get from Talons, just so much more valuable. Because Sisters of Silence against dev wounds get a 3-up feel no pain, which is just ridiculous. You get free strats on more things. You can't double up anymore, but like mostly the one free strat was all you needed.
Do you still have Fight First? And what was
No,
the other
Fight
one?
First is
Damage.
Fights First and -1 damage are gone, but Talons arguably has better tools than that. Like reactive move is better than Fights First, I think.
Yeah.
Because it protects you against shooting and melee.
Depends how far the Death Company can wrap you. That's actually, to be fair, with Death Company, it's really funny because half the time you move 12 up to something, and then you're like, right, I'm going to charge it, and then you just shoot it with 10 pistols, and it's dead.
Well, the thing against Death Company is Fights First doesn't help you anyway. So like you're not missing that.
Yeah. And I played into...
I go 2 CP, I'm going to Fights First, and you go 2 CP, I'll fight on Death. I guess now we're both down 2 CP.
I found with
and they can both have a Calidus nearby as well.
Yeah.
Calidus stonks up.
I'm not using a Calidus in Blood Angels.
I've been tempted, but
Sounds like you don't like winning.
No, I just think with Blood Angels you want to be balls to the walls forward, and a Calidus.
Yeah, that's what Calidus is about.
Nah.
You put her right in the thick of the action, increasing the CP costs, and then you're in your opponent's next turn, she dies.
Yeah, 100 points. Well wasted.
I think it should be more expensive. If Cypher's like 95, which he is,
Cypher
he's the same aura.
Cypher is comedically bad.
Compared to the Calidus. But
yeah, compared to the Archon as well.
He shoots a lot actually, and his melee is now his pistols.
Which is great.
So his melee is actually good as well. He has like 9 attacks in melee.
Yeah.
Something like that with sustained and lethal because he already has sustained. We did.
Shame he just gets charged and dies.
He's inside a rhino. Then it's fine. He does one charge.
And then you don't get the Vec when he's in the rhino, so he's pointless anyway.
No, it's fine. He's there behind your chosen. He's bubble wrapped safely. People are testing him. Again, like orcs, I'm letting them do the hard work, and I'm going to play
the net list.
That's how I feel with Admech. Like I played a couple test games, and I was like, I can't be bothered. I'll let other people test and see what they come up with. Like I played some games, but I don't know if it's for me.
I've been hearing whisperings about Curse Cultists. I tried out MSU. I've been hearing about big blobs as well and raiders. I want to try it. I've got one, but I can't bother to paint it up. So again, let them test, and if it's good, I can paint it up, and if it's bad, I don't have to worry about it.
So from what I gather, Raiders isn't actually doing too hot. Everyone thought it was going to be like the hotness when the Codex came out, but it seems people have been having more success with Pact-Bound Zealots.
Yes, because crits on 5s with sustained is probably one of the best rules in the game when you have access to rerolls like you do with Abaddon. And the only I'm assuming people aren't playing that because they're bored of it, and we as CSM players are probably feeling a lot like Tyranids players, where everyone's like, "No, just play the best one, Invasion Fleet." It's like, I've played that for 6 months. Don't want to play it anymore.
Everyone knows if you're not playing Dread Talons, you're not really living.
Crits on 5s is a drug, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Watching a Forge Fiend or a Vindicator with full hit rerolls.
Stop it.
Crits on 5s, sustained and lethal because you've got Abaddon and Hellbrute nearby is really, really funny.
It's not.
I'm really tempted to give Shield Host another go, because just being able to have crit 5s all game long, and each of your units can pick sustained or lethal if they want to, it's mental.
I'm so glad you have wound rerolls and not hit rerolls now. Because twos rerolling is you just fish, and the fishing gives you like 150% hit rate or something absurd. It's awful. As the player on the receiving end.
On the giving end, you're more like, oh, I'm powering up.
I don't think I've had anything in my collection have crits on 5s except Canis, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's just such a spike to your damage.
Yeah. And even if you don't, I think CSLC have the luxury of being able to just sustain hits on Overwatch as well. It's great.
Yeah.
It maths out the same as Tao's sustained 2, but it's a bit more, not on Overwatch, but maths out sustained 2's kind of unreliable because you need those 6s. And obviously
sustained on Overwatch when you've got full hit rerolls as well it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's breaches. Admech breaches do that, and they had sustained and lethals in the before the book came out, and that was good.
They get it from attaching a character, right?
They get lethals from a character, and then they had an enhancement to get sustained, and then they get full rerolls to hit when next to battle line. So they went crazy.
I hate that so much.
They went crazy.
I mean, Admech battle line is before the nerf, one of the best units in their book anyway.
Yeah, it's still
Skitarii Vanguard, horrific. Really, really, really funny into certain armies. Turning elite OC1 units to OC0 and making them unable to contest objectives. In the new mission pack, they'd be unable to complete secondaries if they're too close.
Yep. They actually do damage now as well. Like if you put a marshal in the unit, you get full hit rerolls. If you put it in a Dooncrawler, move the Dooncrawler up, shoot your target with the Dooncrawler, get the Skitarii out, shoot the Skitarii. They get full hit and wound rerolls.
And the Dooncrawler does what, 18 or something
the
ridiculous?
The Dooncrawler is ridiculous. I was shooting it the other day and I was like, holy shit, it's just killing things. Like, it's got 18 shots, sustained 1, hitting on 3s, and it's twin linked.
The fact that it's twin linked with so many shots.
It just goes, okay, there's like 14 hits, there's like 12 wounds on Space Marines or something ridiculous, and it's like, I've killed like 3 Marines just from this tank that is supposed to do nothing. Like,
And not only that, it's gained firing deck as well. Everyone's
Yeah.
favourite vehicle that was fully open topped. I'm pretty sure it had vision ports and an opening hatch. Didn't have a firing deck until 2 weeks ago.
It's got fire in deck.
They're all in straps. That's what it is.
Only
They're all
fire in
strapped
deck
down to
2
their
though.
seats.
It's only fire in deck 2.
That's all you need. Rhino's firing deck too. You could do the little chain cannon dudes poking out the back of it.
Yeah,
Double chain cannon firing deck is great.
I did that a couple weekends ago before the date slate. It was very funny having a Rhino that had 16 plus D6 strength 5 AP01 damage shots, followed by another 8 combi bolter shots. Was like, this is just horrific. This is like almost 30 shots coming out of vehicle. A 75-point vehicle.
I do want to try repulsors because they just have so much shooting. Like, it's crazy.
I do have a normal repulsor. And I don't have a.
They're only like what 160
annoyingly.
points. The normal repulsor, something ridiculous. They are so cheap.
You've even got it the right color as well, Joe.
Well, you've got Blood Angels mains.
Yeah. My first army's Blood Angels. But I just don't paint things. Like, this is my Commander Dante model. As you can tell, he's incomplete.
Dante's pretty dreadful at the moment, isn't he? Because Sanguinary Guard.
He's
Dante's good.
He's not bad.
Not much to attach him to.
Sanguinary Guard are just too expensive.
I think you're better off attaching. Can you attach him and the Sanguinary Priest to Vanguard Vets? I think you can.
Sure you can, yeah.
And then it becomes quite good because Dante gets like 9 attacks on the charge at AP4.
Yeah.
And he's never going to die. Well, he will eventually, but he's in a unit.
You've got T4 2 wounds with a 5 at Feel No Pain.
And a 4 up invuln.
And a 4 up invuln. It's going to take a lot to chew through the Vanguard Vets.
Yeah, like
not a small amount of points. But I guess if it's Gladius, they have advanced to charge. If it's Sons of Sanguinius, they're
rapid ingress.
Horrific strength.
I went to a one-day a while ago where I ran a Sanguinary Priest, Assault Intercessors, and just a normal captain. In a little attached squad. It was really, really fun because the Sanguinary Priest gives them a 5 at Feel No Pain, so they're kind of like better chosen.
And +1 AP as well.
And +1 AP. So the captain goes to AP4 because I was running Gladius, so obviously with another chapter, extra AP. So the chainswords go to AP3, captain goes to AP4, and I go, I guess I'll activate my Dev Wounds. But you weren't getting saves anyway because I'm AP4. It's one hell of a drug.
Assault Marines and a captain are just crazy.
I've seen you talk about this. I have no idea what they do. Are these the ones who do impact mortal wounds?
No, not those ones.
These are
standard Assault Marines.
It's just Assault Intercessors with
the Chaos Legionaries rule.
Yeah, essentially. Okay. But then it's because everything is +1 attack and +2 strength. So you have strength 10 Power Fist with 9 attacks. When he pops
strength
his
6
ability,
chainswords.
Hitting on 2s, usually re-rolling, Dev Wounds on the Power Fist. Then you've got 20 chainsword attacks and 4 more Power Fist attacks, all re-rolling, all at strength 6 or strength 10. It's just so much damage.
I played into Tyranids the other day, and he was using a Morlock, and he rapid ingressed it, and then I think he heroicked with it into my captain unit with 5 Assault Intercessors.
Oh no!
And I was like, okay, whatever. I played the +1 to wound. I went, okay, the captain will fight the Morlock, and the rest will go there. He goes,
kill it
what?
by himself.
He goes, what? Just the captain? I went, yeah. Here's 9 attacks. Oh, they all hit. Oh, I'm wounding on freeze because I'm +1 to wound and re-rolling. Here's 9 wounds at AP3 because he has an enhancement. You're dead. And he was like, what the fuck is this captain doing? I was like, I think they're pretty crazy.
The thing with Assault Intercessors is it's Sons of Sanguinius, I think, that really makes them pop off.
Yeah.
Because going to strength 6 and strength 10 on chainswords and Power Fist respectively is so important for the reroll wounds.
Yeah.
If you were still only strength 8 and AP4, strength 8 and strength 4, the reroll wounds wouldn't go as far.
Yeah.
+1 attack is also very good. And then the fact you can also do +1 to wound.
Yeah.
+1
So
to
you
down
could
lethal.
charge a tank
Strength
and you're
6 +1 to wound, reroll wounds. You're bad touching basically everything in the game.
You
Yeah.
literally can charge a tank, and the normal chainswords can nearly kill it because you're wounded on 4s with 4 rerolls, and you also have lethal hits with 4 rerolls because you put oath on that unit because your Death Company have built in oath. So this unit literally just goes, you're dead. Like, it's
And-
crazy strong, the unit.
How many points are just the intercessors? The assault
75.
75.
What? What?
And they are battle lines, so if you
And battle
can't
line.
charge anything,
so,
you run around and do actions.
well, until a week ago, my legionnaires were already 85 with a very similar set of rules: 2 power fists, 3 chainswords in the squad, and the same wound rolls. But they're not.
Legionaries
They're
do have
90
a lot
points
more
now.
options,
90
though.
now.
We do
Oh,
only
yeah,
get one plasma pistol, 1 power fist in the unit. That's
Okay,
it.
whereas I get 2 power fists, 1 plasma pistol, and a chain cannon or a
cannon,
las cannon.
Oh, if
or
assault marines had
melter
that,
gun.
it'd be crazy.
Well, mine are heavy power weapons, not necessarily power fists. So mine are all modeled because they're
Basically the
Night
same
Lords.
thing,
Mine are
though,
all
right?
modeled with chain glaives because they're the coolest weapon.
Yeah.
Do you know what else is actually cracked in Blood Angels? Blood Angel scouts. They are crazy. People will like put out a screen of 10 cultists like near the Blood Angel scouts and be like, okay, that's nice screen, easy. Here's 5 scouts. Pick that unit of cultists up in combat because they become like strength 6 with 4 attacks. They just you get
It's
so
like the good
many
old days of
attacks in the
+1 to wound.
unit. Like
Yeah.
these scouts just become cracked. Like
I've started putting chainswords on the sergeants in my
yeah,
scout units
I've
now.
done that because then you get 5 attacks, strength 6, AP 1 damage from the sergeant in the unit,
Yeah.
and
That's
he
not
just
dreadful.
no.
They're 55 points. Have they gone up?
65.
Okay,
65.
thank God. I was going to say.
But it's
But you
still
have-
scout and infiltrate,
Yeah.
and you can still have a missile launcher in there,
And a sniper,
and a sniper rifle,
grenades keyword.
grenades keyword.
But it's fine. Grenades has been nerfed.
Nah,
It has into custodies.
No, grenade. You can't fall back in grenades, so useless, right?
True, but it doesn't matter if you're going to grenades in charge anyway.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't advance in grenades
grenade
either.
which is
Yeah.
big. Yeah, there are some good changes to it. But even just the standard assault marines are really good. Like the jump pack guys on their own are really good. Like yesterday, I played into Thousand Suns. I charged Magnus and I grenades him before I charged him. I done 8 damage to him just from them 5. Like,
I think you can do a stupid amount of mortal wounds.
mm,
Like, I think you really want to run them as a squad of 10 just for maximum mortal wound output. Because you
I
can,
use
you
them
can
as
like
chaff clearers.
you can half kill Bellacore just from mortal wounds, and then you swing and you go, well, I guess I'm gonna wound you on 4s rerolling.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys played any games against the new books, the Sisters or the GSC?
Yes,
you-
I've played against both.
How did you find them?
GSC, rest in peace. They got worse, probably.
Rip and pepperoni.
They didn't get worse. I can tell you now. Well, debatable. I didn't really. I played against them. They looked fun.
I played Sisters. I played Jack Tight Sisters with I was playing Admech. They're good, not broken. Devil Inflamers though on things that can move after shooting is not nice, especially when it's 8d6 flamer shots.
Yes, they move quite far as well next to the Triumph, don't they?
I felt
With
like
assault.
I was, to be honest, I felt what I had done to people because I've done that to people many times with warp spiders, and I got it done back to me, and it's not a nice feeling. Like,
That is
Sisters went up in
karma.
points quite a bit, right?
pardon,
Sisters went up in points.
they did go up in points, but they're solid. Like immolators that can scout and then move like God knows how far, and then drop a unit of dominions in your face with melter is like scary. Especially because the detachment that he was playing gets +1 strength.
It's the
when
Salamanders
closer.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, so these melters are then strength 10, so that's quite scary.
Good break point to.
That's why
Such a good break point.
lots of immolators, I'm assuming. Assault, strength 10 melters.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, I think they're both well, sisters are good. I don't know with GSE.
So I played against them last night, and they, it was trading units versus trading units. So I would throw a unit out, he would kill it. He would throw a unit out, his unit would have hand flamers, so I would not kill it because if I charge it, I die. So I had to use my cab lights to shoot stuff from like 12.5 inches away. So I couldn't get flamered. But there were some funny combos. He was running a truck with 3 Calamorphs in it. There's Calamorphs with Dev Wound pistols, and if the Calamorphs hop out the truck and shoot, they get full rerolls. And they're only like 50 points or something.
Why not?
The problem is, if you do go, I went tactical, but it's a very strong argument for running fixed because he did have 6 characters.
Yeah.
7 characters.
When
Need
you
a
pop
lot.
that truck, you're going to get free straight away.
Yeah, well, but I assume if I take assassin, there's still lone ops. But I assume if I take assassins, that truck sits in the far corner, and he just maybe one Calamorph hops out at a time, and then once I've killed 3 or 4 characters, they probably just hide.
Or he just goes, I don't need to use 3 Calamorphs over the course of this game.
Yeah, I'll start 2 in reserve. They'll come in for secondaries in my deployment zone, and they'll chill. And they're lone ops, so they're still pretty good. Like 50-point lone ops, really strong.
Yeah.
And I only killed one of them anyway, with Lilith doing 17 wounds to it.
Lilith is ridiculous. Not a fan.
I did spend a pain token on her because I'd refunded basically every pain token I spent, and obviously his units would die, come back, die again. So I had about 8 or 9 at the end of the game. It was great.
How many of the pain engines do you run?
I was running 2 Kronos, one on either side of the field.
They're the ones that refund the pain tokens, aren't they?
Yeah. 9-inch aura, a 4-up refund. They were great. They didn't do much. The shooting's pathetic. The melee's pathetic. It's purely 50 points, T7, 7-inch move, refunds, pain tokens. I was like, yeah, fine.
50 points to refund pain tokens seems like a good deal, to be honest.
And 50 points for T7, 7 wounds, 5-up feel no pain.
I think that's what it is.
Sounds pretty good as well.
Yeah.
T7, 7 wounds, 5-up feel no pain.
Like if someone takes bring it down, it'll give it away. It's an easy kill. Relative anyway, because all my vehicles are easy kills given I'm say 5-up in run, T6 6 wounds on the Venoms and T8 10 wounds on the Raider. But
that's pathetic.
I think it's the choice. It's the choice we make. I do have 26 units in my list. I can just be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
The slowest thing in my list is 7 inches. Most of my Cabalites move 8. Their guns are assault. Kronos has flamers and is free pivots. My Venoms have free pivots. It's great. It's good fun. I'm looking forward to playing more of them. Then,
has anyone got many events coming up?
I have one in a month's time. I'm going to Tabletop Republic, and I think either I'm going to play Xenocreed Congregation, which is one of the new GSC detachments, and if you read what it does, you'll think it might be the worst detachment you've ever seen. And then you read some of the enhancements and strategies, like, oh, not terrible. Because the detachment rule is reroll advances and charges. Nothing in the army has assault. There's like no assault guns. And there's only a couple ways to get advance and charge. So it's not great there. And the other half of it is your Magus, your Primus, and your Icon Ward gets a 3-up feel no pain if they're attached. Not the unit, just them.
Oh, yeah, I remember this rule. The stupidest rule in the game.
But then you're like, okay, the Icon Ward with 10 Metamorphs gives them a 4-up feel no pain. So they're a 5-up say with a 4-up feel no pain. That's not bad. They surge move now. There's an enhancement for +1 to wound if the unit is a character, which, spoiler alert, most things you want to kill have characters now. It's pretty good. Captains, because you want the free strats. Greater demons, because they're really good now. Loads of characters all over the place. That's great. They have an enhancement to re-roll one of your dice, one of your red regeneration spawn token dice. So that's your first dice each turn is a 75% success rate for the first 2 turns. And then a 50% for the next 3, 4, 5. Which is, again, really good.
Yeah, that's
So
quite
those acolytes are actually coming back every turn and really annoying. There was just blips everywhere. I was like, I'm sure I've killed more units than this. Like, it felt like he had a full army at the end of the game, whereas I was sort of running on dregs and transports.
good. Yeah.
But it was close anyway because they do die. They die really fast. 5-up save T4 doesn't live.
Anyone else? Anyone else got any events coming up?
I've got one in August, but other than that, nothing. I need to book myself some, get some painting motivation.
What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I've got a few coming up next month. 2 or 3. I'll probably.
Well, which is it? 2 or 3?
Well, I've booked 2. I might book a third. I haven't decided yet, but I know that there are some available to me.
I am booked up to the eyeballs in events at the moment. I think I've got one every 2 weeks for the next 3 months.
Oh
So
my god,
we are going ham.
On good old space points.
The space points are needed.
October's really busy for me, but until then, I've got 1 or 2 events, but just taking it easy. And more importantly, I have the LGT narrative event.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, nice.
I'm going to be taking Dread Talons. You could hold me to that. I'm going to be taking Dread Talons. I'm going to go
You legend.
2 and 3. I might do all 6 games. I might go 3-3 or 2-4. But I'm going to take 10 Raptors, probably 15 Warp Talons. I'll take my Land Raider. I'll take my Sevatar.
20 Warp Talons.
I think you should take 30 Warp Talons.
30 Warp Talons.
I'll lend you
30
some.
Raptors. 3 Jump Lords.
Profit.
Perfect.
Yes. I'm sure that will go down well in a narrative event.
Yeah, you can run 2 Jump Lords and you can have them fight each other and it'll be really fluffy.
I'll paint them as slightly different colours of blue to show their different allegiances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got an event this weekend, and my first draw is a Stompa. I've never seen one.
You know what they look like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not seeing it on a table, though.
It's a big, mech.
Looks like a bin. Looks like an upside-down dustbin.
It's literally a big bin, isn't it?
How many points is a Stompa?
800.
800.
It's just a knight. It's like a T14 knight. It's not
30 wounds.
It's stronger than a knight. What OC?
Yeah,
OC 12. Strength 24 combat. -5, damage 10.
I think you can just ignore the Stomper.
No, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it.
I think you need to kill the Stomper and the Gorkanaut in a single turn. We talked about the list earlier. Stomper and a Gorkanaut, kill them both in a single turn and then revel in your opponent's tears as
Death
you
Company
table 1,200 points.
Death Company could potentially kill the Stomper in a turn.
I reckon if you had...
It's got a 2-up save.
+1
Do they have Armor Contempt or -1 damage as a strat? Because if they do, you just won't. I mean, that's the thing, is check what strats they have, depending on what attachment it is.
I'm going to kill it with Death Company. I will.
Okay.
You're just not.
I will.
You're going to halve that 10 damage to 5, and your Death Company is still going to die.
No, Death Company, everyone, they'll go grenades, and then they'll shoot it with 10 melter pistols, and then they'll charge it, and it will
I
be
don't
gone.
think Death Company should be allowed to throw grenades, or if they do, they should take grenades as well as throwing grenades. I think. Lost in the source of the Black Rage, they drop a grenade at their own feet. Take 6 mortal wounds.
No, I think they could potentially one-shot it. 46 attacks from the unit with lethal hits, +1 to wound, 4 rerolls to hit. Potentially.
So you need to do
30 wounds.
30 wounds,
No.
assuming he saves averagely. Yeah.
No, yeah, 30.
Because he's got a 2-up save, so it goes to a 4-up, unless you can get extra AP.
Yeah. No, but
just when you're shooting, it's AP4, but combat AP.
I'm assuming grenades will do 3. I'll probably do maybe 4 damage from shooting with melter pistols because he'll have a 6-up. So I reckon that he's down to 24. So I need 12 to go through. So I need 24 wounds, which Death Company with +1 to wound should.
Yeah, with lance and lethals and rerolls.
At 46 attacks, they should.
46 attacks. So what? Basically a full house.
Do you get lethal hits on the pistols and the rerolls as well?
You get
Rerolls,
rerolls,
pistol, not lethal.
but not the lethal.
Oh, okay. Because the lethals and the pistols have been really good, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That would
If
have
you
helped
do
a lot.
have
Average dice, you'll get coming up on 30 wounds. I think you're playing it. It's too close. Like,
Well, you
you
have a
need to do
Lancer.
more
You
damage
just
before
I have a
you go
Lancer
into it. Yeah.
that can push some through.
there you go. Just do 18 wounds from the Lancer.
How
You'll be fine.
Take a
tanky was
Tyrannofex.
the Gorkanaut? That one.
It's a knight. I'm pretty sure it's just a knight profile.
It's only like 200 points.
Maybe, but I mean, Mortarian's a knight profile. Well, he's only 16 wounds. Maybe a knight, but less wounds.
How many points is he?
Mortarian's 325 or something.
Well, the Death Company Dreadnought will deal with that one.
Is it a Gorkanaut or a Morkanaut?
Is
That's
there a
the real
difference?
question.
Is it a
Gorkanaut's
Gork?
280.
Is it a Gork or a Mork? Let's check.
Is it cunning but brutal or brutal but cunning?
Let's get
Big
it
and
up
stompy.
because I'm pretty sure it is literally just everything in the list is just.
Yeah, it's a knight. T12, 3-up save, 5-pin van, 20 wounds. OC8, so it's a little bit weaker than a knight, but
He has
cheaper.
2 mechs, 20 Gretchen, looters, 2 Death Dreads, 6 Killer Clans, a Gorkanaut, and a Stompa.
That's not
What?
a lot of stuff.
That's
What?
not a lot of stuff at all.
Do you know what the mission is?
Yeah.
I think you could not kill anything and still win that game.
I think you would get tabled because it's probably Dread Mob.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is,
if
yeah.
I was betting,
I think as bad as some of the stuff sounds, that Stomper is not worth 800 points. Still probably does like 600 points worth of damage.
Search and destroy, take and hold, adapt or die.
So you will start 18 inches
18
away,
away.
and you will charge him.
I'll charge him turn 2.
Adapt or die is a nice one.
What does that do?
Favorite.
Haven't even read
That's
it.
the one where you can, if you're doing tactical, you can draw a third card. You can draw an
Okay.
additional secondary twice per battle.
I mean, take and hold is.
If you're doing fixed, you can swap out one of your missions for another one.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe I go bring it. No, bring it down so bad now.
I wouldn't bring it down now.
Unless
I'm
it's- well, the killer cans. Oh no, but they're a unit of.
Yeah.
So unless it was like loads of individual ones. Oh yeah, probably not.
I'm
Worth it.
gonna kill the Gorkanaut and the Stomper in the same turn. Otherwise, I just won't kill either of them.
Okay, deal. I want to see that photographs every turn.
No, because the Death Company Dread should mess up the Gorkanaut.
We'll
You
see.
see, you keep
Probably.
using that word, should.
No,
Where's
He
the
hopes
eighth?
it will. But if it
and then
does-
if I don't kill it, when it fights me back, then I will kill it.
As long as you
The
don't get
Gork-
one shot by a strength 10 damage. 10
No,
damage.
the
Stomper.
Gorkanaut, not the Stomper.
Okay.
The Stomper will one shot
The
me.
Gorkanaut will kill a Death Company Dread.
Oh, is that good in combat as well?
It's strength 18, AP 3, 6 damage, 5 attacks.
I just can't charge anything.
Well, you
can.
have. Well, no, you have to charge it because otherwise they'll charge you.
You can charge things and you have to, but
This is
you just have to
scary.
accept that your stuff is going to die.
So
This is where I
post-data
wish
slate.
I brought multiple Lancers.
2 Lancers or Vindicators.
I've just
probably
got
still
one.
amazing.
Just
One
have
I'll
Lancer.
Cladius
just punch
Grab
him in the
Tank.
face, she'll be fine.
Not very reliable one.
Cladius Grab Tank is the answer to all of
Oh,
life's
that's so silly.
problems. I still
So-
need to get some.
Post-data slate. What do you guys think will be just hot take? Best army, worst army.
Ooh.
I think worst army is probably even harder. I think best army is maybe
Let me
It's
just.
a
I'm going
lot-
to get all the armies up so I can actually
No,
remind
I
myself
think
what
I
there
know
is.
the worst army, just like off the top of my head. Like, it's just GSE.
it's definitely. I don't know. GSC is
I
a
don't
good
think it's
battle line.
GSC.
Did Necrons get anything in the data slate?
Necron's
Just
hypercrit.
nerfs.
Like, you just go
Just
off,
nerfs.
leave Kinetic Core and play hypercrit.
Awakened Dynasty for
Isn't-
Necrons is still
Isn't
fun.
worst army in game just? There's a solid argument to be made for just vanilla Space Marines.
I don't think they count. I think you just play Sons of Sanguinius, which
Yeah.
all you need to do is buy 10 Death Company Lamartis.
Oh, I mean, even normal Space Marines are decent. Like Magnus Calgar, like
Yeah.
there's decent play there. Or
Or-
Guard don't look great after that indirect nerf.
Yeah. What about normal Eldari? I know they warp spiders finally got hit.
No, they were fine. They were balanced.
I think there's
They
an
were
argument
not.
to be made for Thousand Suns taking
top spot.
top spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see Thousand Suns being up there.
Blood
Having
Angels.
played Thousand Suns for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and just getting bent over and having horrible things done to me. The fact they didn't really take much of a nerf, if anything.
They
They took a decent nerf. Like they can't turn
their
saves
Terminators
off
got
anymore.
cheaper though.
I still
That
think you'd
that
probably go
match was
Rubik.
unwinnable for Custodes, but Custodes they now get the feel no pain against the Dev Wounds, which T Suns want to spam. So
No.
maybe they play into it if you run the right detachment. If you go Shield Host, you just disappear. I think.
Yeah, it's Talons or bust always. I think.
Okay,
It's got to
so
be.
I think Guard. I'm gonna just go Guard for the worst army. Maybe Death Guard because they got nothing.
And Plague Burst Crawlers got worse.
Well,
Yeah.
they were shooting. They shoot indirect without Mortarion or Lord of Variance anyway, or direct and hit on threes. They didn't get much worse. But
I mean, they
my
got heavy, don't they? So
no, they don't.
do they not? I thought
Is
they
it
had
the
You
heavy.
can spend a
strat?
CP. You can spend a
Yeah,
CP
That's
for
it.
heavy.
Yeah.
But mine are always moving to get the angles with the flamers, so I never used it. I always just used the ignores cover from that strat. So it's not much worse. But the two characters got worse, which is a real shame.
I'm going to go for World Eaters for worst army.
I think they're good.
That's my controversial take.
I
I think the Drukhari Ascendancy is just going to do horrible things to World Eaters.
I'm gonna go with Chaos Demons best army in the game. I think big scary demons all giving the 6-inch aura.
I played against it. It's crazy.
Good. Yeah, I'm not
Crazy.
surprised.
Well, all the great demons are just Bellicor now.
yeah, pretty much.
But
But Bellicor still has the Lone Op aura.
Yep.
Lone Op,
the
which
guy
is
I
still
played
really
didn't even
good.
take Bellicor.
Well, you don't need to now.
No.
Depends what. Well,
I don't
depending
think
how
you
the
need
meta
to.
shapes up, you don't need to. Which is even better because he's 300 points. So instead of him, you just run the Bloodthirst with the
He-
axe. So he's like 9
I think
attacks at
when
D6
you
plus
can
3.
have things like Bloodletters just appearing in front of you and going, "I've charged you."
I don't think Bloodletters
the
are good
guy
yet,
I
but
played
yes.
was using.
I think they've got enough killing power. It's just the durability lets them down.
It's just not it. I think the guy I played was
Oh,
using
100s.
the Fat Man. He's always got the 4-up Feel No Pain now.
He's really
He's
good.
always in shadows, because he gives shadows to himself. So he's always got that now. He was using the Bloodthirster with the big axe. 6 Blood Crushers with the character. They are so stupid.
They do
get-
a lot of mortals.
They do
so-
impact mortals and have dev wounds with the character. They're scary.
But the thing
And
is,
then-
they have old impact mortals, so it's only one has to touch you to do the whole unit.
Which is
Rather than being
ridiculous.
engagement
Yeah.
range.
Yeah. And
It's
it's,
ridiculous.
Well, it doesn't matter because they appear 6 inches away from you and they have an easy charge rather than a 9 away, like normal armies.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they get +1 to charge from the Bloodthirster, so it's a 5-inch charge.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
So
Infiltrator
problematic.
stonks are so high right now.
So I sold mine like a month ago for 60 quid because no one wanted Bloodthirsters. Wish I still had it, but they literally go, okay, 3-inch deep strike the Bloodthirster, or they rapid ingress him the turn before and they move him up and they go, okay, Blood Crushers will drop 6 away from you here. He'll charge there. They'll charge there. I've killed like 2.5 units, 3 units. Yeah.
And because they're always in shadows, they can always use the advance and charge strat as well, which
Yep.
on the big blood. Again, your infiltrator's fine. He rapid ingresses, has 12
Yeah.
away. Shalaxi's moving 14 plus D6. So even if you screens at far,
he was using the what is it? The Lord of Change with the enhancement for the big staff. That's really good.
Strength 12 and strength 10. Yeah, I really like that.
I think he said he's going to switch it though to Kraus Fate Weaver because of Vect.
Yeah. That's another thing. They have access to Vect as well.
They have Vect.
They have Vect on a T10 20 wound model.
Yep.
So
who can shoot?
Yeah.
And you can shoot indirect. A little bit worse now, but still.
His damage in melee is pathetic still, which is very funny.
And then you just take Flamers, you take dogs, and you just score, and you take plague bearers for the sticky objective. Like,
Yeah.
Although one thing I think demons are missing is they have okay battle line, but it's not battle line you'd run 4 or 5 units of. I think that's the only thing they don't have.
I don't
Like-
think battle line's too important.
But like if they only have a unit of Nurglings in the front and a unit of Nurgle blood plague bearers on their home objective, you kill those easy. And if you're behind on primary because you keep getting charged by big greater demons, you just go for the secondary where you kill all their battle line.
Yeah.
Like that's quite a realistic scenario that can happen. I mean, maybe it doesn't help if they get 50 on the primary, score all their secondaries, which they could definitely do.
Thing is, they can pick up, can't they? So they can pick their battle line up and just never bring it down again. Because I don't think they have to bring theirs down if they pick it up.
Not that turn. It has to come. It dies at the end of the game if it doesn't come down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but
Strat
if you
reserve.
So if they go second though, then yeah, they're obviously less safe.
if you play it right, then you can be safe with it. Like,
Yeah.
So I think they'll be all right in that regard, and it's so easy to just get places with them just because of the 6-inch deep strike and then the 3-inch access. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
demons doing well actually.
Yeah, demons are good.
Clearly,
Anything
James
else?
Workshop wants you to go out and buy demons.
I'm gonna
It
say
sounds like it. You go start a AOS army, and then start 4 AOS armies.
I'm gonna say Blood Angels are the best.
I can see Blood Angels being a top 3 army. It's so hard to pinpoint to one specifically.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I didn't ask for 3. I asked for 1, so you're gonna have to try.
Damn it. If I was betting my house on it right now, I'd say that Thousand Suns will end up the best army in the game.
Okay.
I think.
Another thing to note with
That's it.
Thousand
We win.
Suns that they did take a nerf that actually doesn't look like a nerf. Magnus used to be able to shoot indirect hitting on 2s with full rerolls. He can't do that now. He has to hit on
Oh.
4s with indirect.
With full rerolls.
With
Yeah,
full rerolls.
but it's better than 2s with full
Oh.
rerolls.
Yeah,
The free strats buffs them, I think, because it means
that does help.
they can make indirect 1 CP instead of 2 when
Yep.
it wasn't a battle tactic.
And so many of the Thousand Sun character shots auto hit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Magnus is the only one it really affects, but it does. That is a big effect when Magnus just goes, "Okay, I'm going to pop your transport 24 inches away without seeing
mean,
you."
Hitting on
Yeah.
4s with full rerolls, you hit 70%, 75% of the time anyway. Like, I don't think you're worried about losing.
He does
some.
have a bit of a volume issue, so that's why the
Yeah,
2s
that's-
rolling was so nice. So if he doesn't roll well on his 3D3,
Yeah, it's
that will
3D3 the
help.
big gun, and
Yeah.
so if he and then the thing is now they don't remove save; they just hit it
plus
-2,
plus 2
Minus-
AP.
plus
Yeah.
2 AP. So that's a big change.
That's interesting, actually. I didn't realise that.
yeah. So
um,
if you, I know
Means
they ignore
Raiders
cover.
don't just get deleted
Yeah.
out of existence, because that's happened to me a few times now. But it's still
See, as a Custodes main, it has no impact on you, Joe. Given
Yeah.
given turning off your save is identical to AP additional 2 AP.
Yep. And not getting cover anyway.
Anything from anyone else? Otherwise, I will wrap it up here.
No, I think I'm
No?
pretty content.
yeah.
I think we've waffled for long
For
enough.
long enough, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 2 of the Kids Table. Hopefully, see you around.